right, and we are live. All right, welcome everybody to another ANR video slash podcast. Today's a different one. It's going to be a spotlight on a specific toy seller slash soon to be a really big celebrity one day. He's trending in the right direction, doing the right things. Please, everybody who is listening or watching, welcome my friend here, Amir. Amir, thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. How you doing?
Hello, Kumar. How's everything with you? It's good to be on. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, and we got his information on the bottom there, toysnowman.com, and then also our social media if you guys want to get a hold of us. All his stuff, if you want, just go to his site. You got everything there, social media, and all the information. You're based out of Quebec, Montreal, Canada, so any Canadian that are looking to buy cool toys, you simply need to go to this man. This guy will get you covered. Man, you sell pretty much everything. Is there a toy line you don't sell yet?
Yeah, there's a few lines that we're still not there yet, but like we try to get.
What are they?
We're not into hot toys yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the bigger brands that we're still not into fully. We are into some of Mattel's brands, but not all of them. Like we're not into Barbie, I guess.
Hey, Barbie's getting big now. Barbie's getting
like we're not. That's not our jam, I guess.
Their cross-platform stuff is getting pretty big, but yeah, I understand. I mean, you are selling certain specific demographics. I get it. Yeah. What about hot toys? Like, I mean, it is a. Do they require a substantial amount of purchase? Like, I mean, every company works differently, right?
Yeah. No, I don't think it was the purchase amount. It's just that. First of all, there's like. Space is becoming an issue. Like we just moved into a new warehouse.
Let's talk about that. Yes, you were starting. Let's start. Actually, go from the beginning here. How did it all begin? Like, what made you decide to go and become an online toy seller? Like, what was it? Were you a collector and you just were tired of not getting your toys? How did it begin?
No. So when I was in Dubai, so we have to start back when I was back in Dubai. I was working for. We opened the first TCG shop in the Middle East. So
what is
it was
that?
Like trading card games. So if you know Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh,
yes.
So I was working for the distributor company in the Middle East for it in Dubai, and at some point we decided just to become a retailer there because it was just more margins. Because the Middle East there wasn't enough volume to justify being a distributor there, but being a retailer, there's obviously a demand there.
Yeah.
So we decided, okay, we're just gonna go straight from distributor to retailer, and we just opened up a gaming store there. So I got my experience of my nerd hobby lifestyle was from there because I was playing Magic the Gathering and Warhammer, a bunch of other like board games.
Yeah.
So then I gained all that experience as a manager there, and then when I came to Canada, I worked for another TCG shop called Face to Face Games. It's like the biggest Magic the Gathering store in Canada. Probably in top 3 in the North America.
Wow.
And from there on, I used to sell a lot of toys on Amazon. And I was doing that on the part-time. And then I decided around this, so it was picking up a lot. And I was doing it for about 3 years. And somewhere in December, I decided, it was decided for me that to go full-time on Amazon. And then, so December 2019, I decided to do it full time. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna work. You know, January was great sales. February was amazing. Yeah. And then obviously March 2020, like the world exploded because of COVID. And Amazon told me, your products are not essential. Don't ship them to the warehouse, because I was sending everything for Amazon. They would ship it and fulfill it for me, so I didn't have to care about warehouse spacing. And obviously, well, that kind of like messed everything up, because being told don't send your products to our warehouse, and my whole business was sending products to the warehouse, was an issue. And I decided that, well, I mean, if you're not going to take my products, then I'm going to sell it myself. And so I just used any experience I've gained over the years to like just build the website and the store. Yeah. And from there on, it's like, okay, well, so March 2020, I launched the Toy Snowman website. And the rest is all history. Now I am.
How did you come up with the name Toy Snowman?
Well, because I was part of like I've done some research with like because also I have a finance degree, but like I've worked with a lot of startup companies, and so we wanted something that was for the region of Canada, which is so I thought like okay, beavers, snowmans,
toy beavers,
and yeah, so it's just like a bunch of stuff, and we had a few names, and we're like okay, well, my other friend who's he does marketing for a group of hotels in Dubai. And he's like, oh no, you gotta put in the word toy in your in your name. I'm like, okay, toy. And I'm like, okay, well, toy beaver, toy. Like then I'm like, oh no, this could be seen wrong. Okay, let's figure out something else. And I'm like, okay, let's try an oxymoron. We're like hot snowman. So like snowmen are supposed to be cold. Use the word hot, like kind of like Hell's Angels.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I don't know, maybe people also think it's dirty. So I'm like, okay, fine. So then we just like talking. It's like, oh, we're selling toys and like snowman, so it just sounds cool. I'm like, okay, I like snowmans, and so this Toy Snowman became like, okay, so it's for Canada, so snowmans are there. We're selling toys, so that just like, okay, Toy Snowman, and we just love the name.
Yeah,
and we're like, okay, that Toy Snowman, that one, everybody I told it to, they liked it. So like, okay, if everybody likes this, I mean, I love it already. So
who doesn't love a Toy Snowman with the reverse ball cap hat, right? It's great. You got to send me a shirt one of these days, okay? So
no problem. I'll send it you next to it.
Okay, I'll definitely wear proud. I love that logo. Toy Snowman is such a nice name. It's very welcoming and fun, And
I mean, that's the thing. Like it just caught on, and everybody just loved it. And I'm like, all right, that's definitely gonna be the name.
Yeah, how I discovered you was actually through one of the Facebook groups. There's a lot of Facebook toy groups, right? And I think somebody was on there and mentioning you, and I'm like, huh? Another Canadian toy seller? I need to go on there because I love supporting local Canadian stores. I do buy stuff from all over the world, but for me, if I can support a local store, whether it be in my province or in Canada, I'm all for it. I'm going to go to them first, right? So I was just so happy. And then when I went to your website, I'm like, holy smokes, like you sell almost everything, right? I'm like, Marvel Legends.
Because it's easy to start up a business when you already had another business, right? So like,
yes,
I had thousands of dollars of products in, and then obviously like I need to move this stuff. So all right, well, just open the website and put it all.
I think to me, honestly, it's probably the best move you've done because you not control it, right? It's basically
it's good not to compete with an Amazon. Let's say
it must be brutal, right? Is it brutal to compete?
Oh, it's horrifically brutal, and it's like you cannot provide any customer service to your customer. And like, I mean, there's also a lot of shady things that Amazon does that I really don't like. Like, even if you try to underprice them, and they'll just match your price to a point of a loss of both of you. Yeah. Or even if you somehow beat that price, they'll still put their listing up above yours and wait for their inventory to sell before yours. So it's like
there's
a lot of stuff I don't like. And then if they ask who your supplier is, and if you give it to them, they'll just undercut you from there. So it's just like
Jesus. Yeah, that's brutal. That's the side that a lot of people don't see, yeah. So
yeah, no, it's definitely like I know it's like trend, like there was like a trend for the last few years of just drop ship and stuff like that, but it's like those businesses don't last very long because if your product does well, like if you do find a good product, Amazon will say, hey, who's your supplier? And you have to give it to them. If you don't, they say, oh no, we can't say that your product's authentic because you won't give us your supplier. But if you give them your supplier, they just take your supplier. So it's like either way, right?
Let's talk about suppliers though. I know obviously the pandemic has been a big challenge for you. What has it been like with suppliers and dealing with all these companies? Like, we know that right now getting shipments in from boats and wherever and whatnot, it's been a challenge. To you, what has been the most difficult thing right now?
Well, there's a lot of things that are difficult. Mainly it is trying to balance the inventory demand, I would say. So let's say, okay, I'll just take like a Black Series, like the Star Wars Black Series. Mm-hmm. So the wave that came with Costa Reeve, for example, even though, okay, we can guess that Costa Rica is more popular, the most popular figure of that wave. So we'll order more of her. And we try to order her from multiple distributors, even though it raises our cost by ordering from multiple distributors because you're not getting that giant bulk shipping rate. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so the first wave of Costa Rica comes in, it's like 60. And then it's like, okay, so we start shipping them out. And people know that we're shipping them out because that we started, people are posting, hey, I got my Costa Rica from Toy Snowman. And then some people ask, like, hey, where's my shipment? And then it's like, okay, we only got 60 from this supplier, and we have another 60 coming from another supplier, and another 60 from another supplier. But the problem is that the other 120 is coming delayed. So then we end up having other figures and then waiting just for Costa Rica to arrive from another supplier, which the ETAs at this time are, it's like, whose line is it anyway? The ETAs are meaningless right now. So
yeah, it's all over the place, right?
Yeah.
Do you have you in the last year or so had products not even show up for months, and you just give up? You're like, I don't know, just whenever you want to show up, I guess show up.
I mean, okay, so for NECA,
yes, NECA, good old NECA.
Yeah, so they're super delayed, but they've never canceled anything.
That's good.
So okay, fine. As long as people can practice patience, no problem. They'll get the product. There's no cancellations, but they have no ETA whatsoever. So it's like,
why is it that they're having such a hard time with Canadian? Because they used to be with EB Games before. They used to be partnered up with them, and I guess that got, whatever, canceled, or their term ran out, their partnership. But why is it so hard for us to get our NECA stuff?
Well, it's not just NECA. I mean, it's everybody is having issues. There's not one toy retailer or toy manufacturer that's not having an issue, right? I don't want to pick on NECA because
I know,
but it's just that there are bigger companies. So let's say Hasbro's a bigger company, so they can, even them, they're having delay issues, but it's not really their fault. It's just that where the manufacturers are making them, they have labor shortage, and the real issue where you see it is, I'm going to just take an example of Walmart can get a product in sometimes before any other retailer. Because Walmart handles their own logistics and their own shipping containers. So let's take some random Star Wars toy that's let's say the last archive wave. So Hasbro imports it to Canada, then gives it to distributors, and then distributors give it to us.
Mm-hmm.
That's normally one of the ways it works.
Yeah.
But Walmart, on the other hand, they also buy it from Hasbro, but they ship it from China or Taiwan or whatever the product is, straight to Walmart. So Walmart, they handle their own supply chain.
So there's no middleman. It's straight from toy manufacturing right to them.
So obviously, now we say Walmart is way bigger than Hasbro. So they can get the products from wherever they're made straight to their warehouse and then give it out. And, even though Hasbro's a big company, it's 50 billion market cap, Walmart is, 5 times that size.
Mm-hmm.
So Walmart can handle their own distribution, even though it's not. So Hasbro themselves get the product after Walmart gets it. Because this is the way the shipping is, because you have to bid on shipping containers, and there's a million things that you have to do that Walmart can easily handle. Now Walmart can just say, okay, we have containers coming in, put chairs, and put the Hasbro toys in, put in those racks or whatever. It doesn't matter. The container's filled. Okay, ship it. Hasbro has to fill that entire container with toys, which is a bit more difficult, especially if they don't have that many containers as much as Walmart does.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So that's why the smaller you are, the more this pandemic has hurt you.
Yeah.
So that's why other distributors like NECA and Mattel, if you're smaller, it hurts you more because you have less containers, you have less options to speed up the process.
Interesting. I mean, it's difficult because it also translates to impatient buyers, right? I mean, you probably have dealt your fair share. Have you had people who have emailed you or phoned you and they're just disgruntled, and you had to take the time to kind of explain it to them? Have you had that happen so far?
It's hard. I mean, yes, there's obviously people are not used to delays, and we live in the world of same day shipping.
Yeah, I know, right?
But especially when people see, we're on the internet, so somebody can see something in Mexico, oh, this guy in Mexico got his toy. I gotta message Toy Snowman right now.
Yeah,
say,
where's mine?
Yeah. I just I hit some guy in Vietnam, post something. It's hey, I saw this picture on servers online. Do you have it yet? I'm I don't see that. Like,
yeah, it's made in Vietnam, so why didn't you get it right away? I know. It must be crazy. There must be this really, people who are fanatic to try to get their stuff. I know as a collector, and I've been, I know a bunch of people that collect. Being patient is not one of the things that people want to do. They want it now, or they wanted it yesterday, right? It's like
I've seen like the pre-order times have also increased.
Yeah.
So that also obviously makes the situation a bit worse. That people are like, before they used to order 3 months in advance, now they're ordering 6 months in advance. So it just adds to the frustration that they're pre-ordering so far away.
Yeah.
That they're a bit more angry, I guess. Or
yeah,
like,
it's been all over those. The other thing I noticed is, for example, like Hasbro, they would send out specific amounts to specific people, and then delay other people. It's all over the place with Hasbro right now in terms of what inventory, who gets what, right? I've noticed that with a couple of online retailers, where they've got the inventory, but somebody else hasn't got it, and it's weird.
We're also like all ordering from different distributors. I don't think it's much of a Hasbro issue. It's more of a which distributors everybody's dealing with. But there's multiple distributors. There's like, just for Hasbro products, I order from 6 different ones. So it's like crazy. It's like not you can't blame Hasbro on that. You have to everybody has their distributor, and each distributor is doing their own timing, right?
Oh yeah, and each distributor has their own presets of what they want you to order and how much, right? So are they all the same, or they have their own little levels of structure?
Not every distributor, like they're all different. They all have like, some of them have one price, some of them have tiers of pricing, some of them will like manually call you and tell you, hey, we're gonna get this, do you want any?
Okay, that's good. What do you collect yourself? I mean, obviously you do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's
easier if you like what you're selling, right?
Exactly, right? What is your favorite toy line?
It is currently SH Figure Art, specifically the Monster Arts for Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big Godzilla fan, so
nice.
A bunch of Godzilla that's like in the house and in the warehouse, and I get one of every single figure. So that's my personal line. I also get the occasional figure that I like. So I mean, I have a few there. So it's like, if I saw the Deadpool, so the Venom pool. Like I just love the bath, so I just ended up getting all the pieces for it.
Okay.
And I like the G.I. Joe line, so I get, like Prophet Director Destro is my favorite figure.
I love that figure; it's so good.
So I mean, yeah. So I have mine posed like this on my shelf, where he's just like burning out the money. And cool. So like, these are my favorite figures, so I get them when I see a toy that's really cool.
They're so cool, man. They're awesome. I just love the designs for both of them.
But yeah, and Godzilla, I was always enjoyed Godzilla as a kid. So
Godzilla has been made by NECA, Mezco, SH Figure Arts, and who else? Do you know anybody else that's made Godzilla?
Those are the big ones right now. I mean, there is also Playmates.
Oh yeah, Playmates. Yes, yeah. And do you have from each one of those lines a Godzilla?
So I SH Figure Art, yes, I'm getting them all. Mezco, I've also recently, as last year, started getting them. And NECA, they didn't renew the license for Godzilla, or I'm not sure what the whole between Tokyo and NECA what happened, but they're not making them anymore.
Okay.
And yeah, Bandai still makes Godzilla SH Figure Art, so it's perfectly fine with them.
Nice. If you weren't selling toys, what business do you think you would want to go into? Let's say toys. You know what? I gotta pack it in here. It's not doing well. I want to do something else. What is the thing that you would want to jump at? It doesn't have to be a business. It could be an occupation as well.
Okay. Well, so I was in the TCG business, so the card business.
Okay.
And selling Pokemon, Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh! So I got tired of that, obviously. It's like, I still play Magic the Gathering, and I have Pokemon cards. I open them. I even sell Pokemon cards now on our site. But I don't want to be that into that anymore. Well, I don't want to be making it as a business because I don't know. It's just I've done it for too many years. Toys, like if I really couldn't sell toys anymore, I probably wouldn't do another business just because like I only want to do things I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really into the stock market.
Okay.
So I like investing, and so that's like I probably do something related to stocks. Not sure what, but I probably just make stock market or in crypto. So as you know.
Yes. Yeah. Crypto is good. If you get into the right time, it can be really good for you. All right. What is your favorite superhero and why?
Superhero? Godzilla's my superhero, man.
Okay. Yeah. No. Hey, he's a hero, right? He's done good things. Put a cape on him. He'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, like okay, if it's just a superhero, like humanoid, I guess. I really like Superman. I guess like if it's like a superhuman, right? So like Superman and Spider-Man are definitely up the top two, I guess, for me.
Yeah.
I also like a lot of anti-heroes. So I like Venom.
Man,
so like
you just name all three people that I like.
Well, they're just great characters, right?
Yeah,
so
they are. They're fantastic, all three of them. Yeah.
So it's hard to say no to Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it doesn't really count. Yeah, I mean, as far as normal human beings, like Marvel and DC, between those two universes, it's like Spider-Man, and Venom. Yeah, but as far as that,
those are great choices. Trust me, those are great choices. Favorite candy bar? Because I remember in the beginning, you used to send candy to me when I used to buy stuff. You used to send candy, and I was like,
I do that every Halloween.
Yes, and I appreciate that little touch that you did. See, a lot of people don't realize that little things like that does make a difference because you care and it's fun, right? And that's all we want.
It was like it was in October of 2020, and I'm just like, oh man, we're not getting any trick-or-treaters. And like I had like toys because I wanted to give out toys to people who would come for trick-or-treating. And this year,
wow, you were gonna give out toys? I would fly down there to trick-or-treating.
They're the 4 to 5 year olds, like they're like literally small, probably like $3, but whatever.
No mescos.
No, yeah, you're not gonna get But yeah, so this year, like, and I just thought about like, nobody's gonna get trick-or-treating, nobody's like getting all their candy rushes. Yeah. Like, I'll just throw in some candy, everybody's order for October, just to, bring that Halloween feel.
Nice.
So that's why I was doing that in the beginning, and I did it last year, and the year going to plan to do it this year. It's just, wait for October, I guess.
Did you notice there was a lot of people online talking about it? I noticed it.
The first year I did it, a lot of people were like super happy with candy.
It's crazy. A couple of pieces of candy, and people are just like,
they really like it. So, I mean, I was like, oh sure, they're happy about that, but I was like, I spent like a few $1,000s on making Christmas ornaments for Christmas. Nobody really cared for that.
No, I cared. I put it on my tree. Right away. Yeah, it's funny how the way you crafted that, it was so cool because we have my wife goes crazy about Christmas. We've got like 3 Christmas trees in our house, and there's a tree that had cutouts of wood, dowels, and ornaments just like that. And yours just fit right into that. So when I remember, what was it? I got the troopers with the bike, speeder bike.
Okay.
And you actually got that a lot earlier than what everyone was expecting on Amazon. It was an Amazon exclusive, and I think and you got it before everybody else. And I ordered I think 2 from you, and you had sent that to me. So yeah, it fit right in with my Christmas tree. It was awesome. I have it to this day, and we put it up every year on Christmas. And then recently, you've been sending bottle openers.
Yeah, so that last Christmas, last Christmas, like a month ago.
Yeah,
we were giving bottle openers for anybody that made an order over a certain amount. We just try to divide, like, okay, here are the orders that we're shipping out this month. We'll just give all these orders.
Yeah.
Can openers.
Yeah, because I buy from you every month almost.
So that's why you're
you keep saying it. I'm like, hey, it's cool. I'll keep buying. I'm gonna hit that high level discount thing. Let's talk about that. So you at the beginning you never had this, but how did you come about this? Like, what was the idea?
Okay, so our loyalty program, right?
Which is great.
So,
I love it.
Yeah, I just like, I don't know. For me, like, I always like think about like if I was a customer, and this is an experience from like when I ran another store.
Yeah.
That like there are customers that they will just always go for the price, right? So like, okay, fine, whichever price you want. Like they're going to go through every store and choose which price is the best for them, and then they're order it. So if it's at my Amazon. If it's Toy Snowman, and that's it. They don't care. Yeah. But I wanted those customers to like I wanted to reward the customers who would come to us. Oh, it's $1 more, but I would rather support Toy Snowman. So I wanted them to be rewarded. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to reward loyalty essentially. And the best way I thought was like, okay, let's make a tier program where, you know, if you keep buying from us, you know, you'll get a discount, and that discount will stay on lifetime. So it just makes sense to keep coming to us. If we're ever like not matching the lowest person, you know, in the US or in Canada, but like we're $1 more or $2 more, you know, you add it to your points, and then it's like, you know, down the line, you have a 10% discount, and then like we're always cheaper, right? At that point. So that was the main reason. We just wanted to, you know, reward loyalty. So
and it looks like you're having fun with it too, because you have a birthday reward. You have you have these little things, little check boxes. If you hit this, you get that, right? And I like that. It's pretty cool.
We want like it's if I wanted to. Like, you know, I own a store, so how would I want to be treated as a customer? It's like, I want my loyalty to be, you know, recognized. Mm-hmm. And like, oh, okay, I'm really into like, you know, G.I. Joes and Godzilla and Star Wars. Like, I just like plastic. So then we have it's like plastic award, where it's like, if you just order so many different brands, like no cohesion, you get the I just like plastic award, right? If you keep buying G.I. Joes, then there's like a G.I. Joe award, and we even named some of them after a customer who like Bazooka Joe. We have a Bazooka Joe award where you just keep buying G.I. Joes, you get the Bazooka Joe award, right? So I don't know, just some fun stuff we had.
If I hit every single checkbox there, will you name an award after me or something? Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna hold the internet.
So this is how when you make a unique enough order. Like, this is how sometimes we just get an order, like, I don't know, we just see in the word, like, oh, this guy, he's definitely, like, a certain personality. Then we name the order after it. So, like, one time we had a guy, he ordered, what is it? He ordered everything that had a helmet, but it was, like, a black helmet, specifically. So, like, okay, this guy was, like, just buying a bunch of different troopers with helmets. I'm like, what would we call this, you know? And then
that's awesome. That's awesome.
But I'm like, that's an award for, I don't want to say the customer's name, but like, this reminds me of a customer, and I'm pretty sure it's him. And he's like, yeah, that's his award. I'm like, I knew it. That guy would order it.
Wow.
And I've another person who orders 3 of everything. And I'm just like, this guy, and I don't want to say his name, but he like when one of my guys like, oh, do you have 3 of this huge thing? I'm like, who orders 3? I'm like, I know who orders 3 this huge item.
That's cool. That's so cool. There's people like that, and you recognize that. That's awesome. You know, that's I really like that. So if I checkbox everything on the list, I think we should call whoever does that going forward. I think we should call it Astonishing. The Astonishing. Astonishing box.
Okay, we'll make that Astonishing badge. We just need to figure out what.
Yeah.
What is the astonishing?
It's really astonishing. We'll sort that out. Maybe I'll do a big order. We'll see. Okay. What else see here? We talked about candy. Okay, so here's the other thing I was going to ask you, because
I forgot to ask that. Like, so my favorite candy, it would probably be Japanese Kit Kats.
Oh, look at you. I've never had that. So where can I get one?
Local stores?
Yeah, thanks, Amir.
Let me show you. Do I have any here? Or I'm going to eat them all on my way to here.
You must have a local store you buy it from.
No, I order it. All right, so there's this website called Tokyo Treats. So not sponsored.
Yeah, not a sponsor. Let's make that clear. But one day, right?
So I ordered them. They're called Tokyo Treats. And essentially every month they send you a box of random candy that specifically you can only get in Japan. But the kit I get always includes a Kit Kat. Or it's like a bag of Kit Kats that are from Japan. They're always different flavored. So this month was like milk strawberry Kit Kat. The month before that it was like green tea Kit Kat. And the month before that, I think it was like cheesecake Kit Kat. New Year's, they give you wine flavored Kit Kat.
Wow!
And
I'm gonna get diabetes just thinking about it. Jesus, that is crazy. That's nuts. Have you been to Japan?
No, I want to. I want to just because I want to see all the Godzilla stuff.
So I'm actually it's an early stage. We'll see how the world is in the fall, but we might trek to Japan and do some
Really?
We do some videos there. Yeah, we might trek to Japan. It's an early stage of development. We just started talking about it as a team here, but we'll see. Yeah. If you want to come hang out with us, or I'll definitely be interested in that. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So here's the thing I was gonna ask you. I always see toys behind you when you do your own YouTube shows. What happens to the toys that, let's say, are just not selling and they're just sitting there for months and almost a year or something? What do you do with that? How do you get rid of that?
We put it to the wall.
To the wall?
We have two things. So in the warehouse we have something called the exile zone or the shadow realm.
I want to see pictures of this.
So it's like, it's really hard location to get into in the warehouse, and we're like, all right, just put it in the shadow realm, like right over there.
Wow.
If somebody orders it, somebody has to go deep inside and spend like 20 minutes finding the box of that toy, and they bring it out.
The Phantom Zone.
Yeah, it's like, that's it. No one wants to see it there. Like if somebody goes there, it's like it's gonna be a miracle. Like, oh, we're happy. Like, you know what? We sold that toy. It's worth it. Go into the Phantom Zone. Go into the Shadow Realm. Pick it out.
Right.
So that's generally what we do. We just like store it and sit on it for a while. It's funny because like you can have a toy that just randomly pops out of nowhere, like Cad Bane right now. So.
Oh yeah.
Don't
spoil it for anybody.
Oh, that's a bunch.
I know. It's too late. Too bad.
2 weeks now, right?
Yeah, get over it.
So, like, yeah, we had him on our shelves for the longest times, and like, two of his boxes are in the shadow. Two of his cases are in the Shadow Realm, and we have two more on display. And that episode aired, and all of a sudden, people are like buying him. They're like, all right, go into the Shadow Realm, go get those Cat Banes out.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
So I don't know. It's hard for me to like let go, even if it's something that's not selling. Like, I just feel like you sit on it long enough, it will eventually sell.
Is there a way you could post that Shadow Realm on Instagram? I would love to see what Shadow Realm looks like. I think a lot of people would like to see that Shadow Realm where the toys go to die.
They go into hibernation and deep sleep.
Okay, deep sleep. Okay.
Like, I have like some of my like best sellers in the Shadow Realm. So like, I have about 200 Snake Eyes and Timber. Just there.
I'm sorry. How many?
About 200 Snake Eyes and Timber.
Holy.
So they're just up there. That's it. They're stuck there. I mean, it's a great selling toy. It's just that I knew it. Like, it was one of my favorite like looking toys, and its sales was incredible. And it was my best selling toy of 2021.
Let's talk about G.I. Joe for a bit, because it came out of nowhere. Like, I remember talking to my friends about this. I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan. When I was a kid, I had all these huge battleships and helicopters, all that stuff. And I remember hearing about them. They're going to go the 6-inch route, and I was super stoked. I'm like, oh my God, fantastic, right? And people were telling me that it's going to be all right. And I kept telling them, I'm telling you right now, this thing is going to be hot. Like, people are going to want this badly. And the first wave was all right. Had Luke. People wanted it, but the color was a little off. People complained. But then they started getting, they start figuring things out. And right now, it's got to be one of your hottest selling toys, right?
Oh yeah, it's definitely picked up for us. I kind of just got it like on a whim. like, I'll just get a case or two.
Yeah.
And then it's like they when they came in, they stayed they stayed on our website for like 2 weeks, and then one guy bought it, and he told his friends, and his other friend bought it, and somebody must, yeah, you had it. I went, okay, I'll order more. I got them in, sold. It's like, this is not quite fast. Order a bit more, sold out. Like, okay, there's definitely a demand here. Let me just like pedal to metal. I just ordered as much as I could from then on.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, word of mouth is one of the best ways. It's probably the best way to get.
Yeah, we don't spend much on advertising, so.
Yeah, exactly.
We got people like, they just like promote us, and they just happy with our service. And I'm really happy because like, if you check our Google rating, it's 5-star, even though it's like over 100 reviews. So it's very hard to have 5 stars at 100 reviews. So I'm very happy with that.
Well, it's a testament of what you do. Like, I mean, you take pride in it. Like you said, you wouldn't be doing this if you didn't have a passion for it, right? And I think a lot of people sometimes when they get so big, they lose sight of that. And so far, you've been very passionate. You've been graceful with your time today, and I appreciate that again. And you don't just talk to 1 or 2 people; you talk to other toy reviewers, and you engage on Facebook group chats. Like I appreciate that, and that shows. And people take notice of that in the community, right? People take notice that this owner is actually doing the little things that matters, and that's why they're people are gravitating towards you, which. I think you're one of the fastest growing online toy sellers, and I think next year you're just scratching the surface, to be honest with you. If you think you're doing well right now, I think you're going to be in a pleasant surprise next year if everything stays the same and we don't go upside down again. I think you're going to be just taking off, and you're going to be in talks with big boys like Bidback Toy Store and Dorkside. You're going to be right up there with them. People in the States are taking notice of you. I've heard a bunch of toy reviewers talking about you. I mean, what else do you want? Like that's it. Like if you have people in the US want to buy from you up in Canada instead of their local US sellers, that says something right there, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been great. Like, I mean, I don't know, if you just follow your passion, I guess, and
absolutely,
right? So
that's what I'm doing. I'm following my passion, right? I've been collecting for 20 plus years, and I'm like, you know what? Why am I not doing this on YouTube? Why am I not going online? I love doing this stuff, and that's why I started do what I do, right?
Yeah, no, it makes 100%. I think that's it. If you just like something so much that like you just treat it as you would like to be treated, and you follow your passion, things will follow. Like everything will come into place. If you another thing, because like I'm a real big nerd, and so I just like everything that I like see and touch. So it's like, I'm really, so like whenever like I'm ordering products, like, look at these products, like, I know exactly what I like in here, and I'm sure other people like it too. So like, I get my Star Wars thing, like, I really love Mando. It's like, okay, I'm gonna order a bunch of Mandalorians. Like, I really like Godzilla. Like, this monster of Godzilla was really cool. So I know order a lot of them. It helps, like, I watch G.I. Joe, like, I really like Cobra Commander. In fact, I really love Cobra Commander's like banter with Destro, and I just think it's hilarious. So I just like know the characters, so that I can know like, this is gonna be really popular. I'm gonna order more of it. So it really helps in the, I don't know, knowing the IPs. I guess you could say.
So what do you do to kind of unwind and relax? Don't say toys, don't say opening toys. You get a glass of wine, you watch a movie, or what do you do to unwind and just relax? Because I know you're busy because you're moving into you moved into a warehouse, so I know for a fact that you're running around and being busy and coordinating everything. So what do you do to unwind?
I mean, so if it's not toy related, sometimes I just like do stuff that's related to the toys as my unwinding, but if it's not, it's like I like to watch a few TV shows. I like to play a lot of computer games also.
What are you playing right
now? Age of Empires 4.
So you're a PC. So you're not a console guy. You're a PC guy.
I have consoles, but like, no, I generally always like to PC more.
Okay.
So PC master race, as they say. I enjoyed strategy games a lot, so nice. It's hard to play a strategy game on
It kind of goes with your card games that you played, right? Those are strategy based too, yeah. So it blends in.
Card games, every Sunday I play board games with a friend, with like friends of mine. So from Three Kings Loot. They are also like business partners with me. I put my toys in their store, and so you can buy toys if you're in Montreal and you're downtown. For example, if you're not near the warehouse, where we are. So people can pick up their orders at Three Kings Loot, which is one of our store partners, or they pick it up at their warehouse in our store area.
Yeah.
But depending on some people, like, just easier to go downtown than it is to go slightly away from downtown. And we play board games there.
Nice.
So board games is really my unwind. So every Sunday I just need there and micromanage an army of stuff.
So have you played Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh yeah, I used to DM a lot, but obviously not now. But
so have you seen this show, Vox Machina?
No, I used to listen to a podcast called The Adventure Zone.
Yeah, so they have a animated series now on Amazon Prime. It's Vox Machina, the guys who the Critical Role on Twitch.
Oh.
Yeah, so they have their own animated series now on Amazon Prime.
They have their own toys coming up, right?
Yeah. McFarlane's doing the toys, I believe it is, right?
Yeah.
So the team here, they're trying to get me to playing this game. I've never played this game. I know a little bit about it. So
it's a great game. The only thing is, I gotta say, do it with people you know.
Yeah.
That you're comfortable with,
Yeah.
that you can really be yourself. Like, these are people that you have to be like willing to play, like, socks off, eating like a potato chip and
socks off.
like if somebody gets uncomfortable with you taking off your socks and you're putting your foot on the chair, like thinking like, no, you have to be really comfy with these people, right?
Okay.
Like your best friends kind of thing, because
Yeah.
you really are going on an adventure in a whole world. And because they're your friends, that you're going to see them every time, you don't mind, and it's always going to be great. Because D&D is like, there's really like a reason to gather, and you can just express your feelings and your ideas in the world. It's a really great game, and it's super cheap too. It's like only one guy has to DM and buy whatever the pieces are, but even then, like, you can just use a coin to represent your figure, or buy one little figure, or just print your character's image on a scan on a token.
An action figure, right?
Yeah. So like, it's very cheap to do.
Yeah.
And you just really enjoy it, and as long as you're willing to you and your friends are willing to commit, like, let's just do it once a week or twice a month.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine, and you'll love it.
Yeah, we're thinking of putting together, and actually going to be putting it on Twitch or on YouTube as well while we're playing this game. So we'll see how it goes. I have Justin, who is part of the team. He's going to sort of set up. He's played the game before, and I said, okay, yeah, sure. I'm willing to dive into it. I love fantasy, adventure and stuff like that. So I'm game. I said, yeah, no problem. We'll set that up. And then maybe down the line, we can maybe get you in to come in on one of the streams.
Yeah, it could be a surprise guest. Or
yeah, exactly. Right. Oh, we got a character coming on.
He's gonna be a snowman. It's gonna be a toy. A witch Christmas is becoming a toy.
You should definitely get a snowman figure. You should definitely look into getting a snowman. I'd buy it off you if you got a snowman figure. I think it'd be pretty cool. All right. I do want to thank you for your time. We've been at this for about 45 minutes, so I really appreciate your time. Let's do this again down the road. I know you're busy, but maybe we should chat again, and maybe I'll bring one of the other guys on and chat.
Yeah, sounds good. I can definitely spare some time, especially like when on the weekend, so I don't mind. It's like
awesome.
It's good also. This is kind of like a wind down for me, really, so
awesome. Yeah, for those of you guys listening or watching, make sure to hit up toysnowman.com. Get your fix. This man is bringing the heat. He's brought a lot of joy to me. I love opening my door and I see a big box from Toy Snowman almost every week. I think it is every other week I get stuff from him. I appreciate it. And go ahead and go to his website, follow him on his platforms, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, Instagram, and his Facebook. Give him a thumbs up, support him, and we'll also put in our description box a link to one of our partnership with him. Is you get 5% off if you click on our link. So get 5% off. Why not? With prices going up, he's giving us awesome discounts. Take advantage of it. It just makes it doesn't make any sense to me why somebody wants to pay more And the cool thing is, one of the things I really love about the site is free shipping when you go over $99. Come on.
US and Canada.
Come
Both.
on, people. You get it right to your door. You don't have to drive. You don't have to deal with the pandemic. None of that stuff. Go ahead. Go to this guy's site. Grab your goods, man. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Thank you, Amir, again today for coming on. I really appreciate it, man.
No problem. Don't forget to smash the like button, everybody.
That's right. Make sure to like and subscribe. He's got his own YouTube channel too, so make sure to go over there and show him some love. Anyways, like always, I always say to everybody, wherever you're in the universe or around the world, have yourself a good day, a good morning, and a good night. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.